I am thrilled and I'm totally sold, and I would really recommend it to anybody. It enhances care. Clients love it.
Would I want to practice without them? No.
Once you try it, and I was very skeptical at the beginning, once you try it on a few cases, you become a believer pretty quickly.
It's probably my wisest capital equipment purchase recently because of the times coming up.
Those veterinarians and others across the country are passionate fans of MLS laser therapy, which has proved remarkably effective for treating pain and inflammation, and for healing wounds.
I think by far the best application that I've seen is with osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease in older dogs, especially dogs who have liver compromise that really can't be on an oral anti-inflammatory. The therapy laser has worked wonderful for those animals. Probably the next best thing after that is wounds, actual wounds, relieving inflammation, relieving pain, relieving edema and swelling, and it's remarkable for that.
This is Brandy. He's on his 4th laser treatment. He had an anterior cruciate ligament torn last week and we operated on him. He's going to get a series of 7 of these. He'll be back to his old self very soon. Yeah, we were all skeptical when we started until we saw the results, so I think you have to be until you see it for yourself.
The staff was seeing the difference and it made you go, yeah, it's not me just being hopeful. These people see these pets doing much, much, much better.
How are you? Good. Nice to see you.
How'd duck season go?
Dr. Robert Harper has been practicing for more than 30 years. With MLS laser therapy, he now has an option to manage pain and improve mobility without prescribing nonsteroidals.
And then we even go with this laser therapy where we go in and we go over the joints where they have the arthritis and the differences.
Oh, really?
Tremendous, yeah. It really, really works nice. We see a lot of disc disease. We say, you ought to just have one laser therapy. If you don't want to hospitalize them and get x-rays, at least have one laser therapy and you'll be delighted in how good this fella does. And they do wonderful. The people call you back or they'll send you a little note saying, Oscar's doing wonderful. And you go, oh, that's great, makes you feel good, because you help them.
One example, Mark Yunke and his dog Cash, whose post-op recovery was nothing short of remarkable.
He wasn't able to walk on that leg going in, and he walked on that leg coming out, and that was only 3 minutes on that machine tops. It made me feel good that there's things out there for, instead of just humans, also for our pets.
I had one case, it was a Bichon Frise, 13 years old, wasn't going upstairs anymore, and we convinced them to, let's try something a little bit different. One treatment, laser therapy, dog comes back in 3 days later. She was beaming, smiling, oh my God, she ran up the stairs. So I was thoroughly impressed.
Laser therapy, which was approved by the FDA in 2002, has been used around the globe for more than 30 years. But most units used a single wavelength and were limited in effectiveness. Cutting Edge, the worldwide leader in the surgical laser market, has introduced a therapy laser that has 2 synchronized wavelengths and enough power to treat deep-seated pathologies.
Using dual wavelengths that are harmonized and synchronized achieves greater results, reduction in pain, significant reduction in inflammation, quicker wound healing when MLS laser therapy is delivered, and ultimately a quicker return for the animal to normal activities, which is what the pet owner really wants.
When it comes to pain in your animal, you do not want to see your animal uncomfortable, and if you find a way that you can make them more comfortable, pet owners seem to really, they do come back for their medication that's going to make them feel better, and they do come back for the treatment that's going to make them feel better.
I think when you bring up that you're using less pharmaceuticals or less drugs or no drug pain management, that's really important to the clients. I mean, no one likes taking all this stuff if you don't have to. And people are afraid of especially the non-steroidals, which we use a ton of anymore.
An added benefit of the cutting-edge therapy laser is its ease of use. The customized software allows technicians to deliver laser therapy consistently and efficiently.
I have 2 techs that are in charge of this. They check their production on it all the time because it makes them proud. So it frees my time to do other things, and then I'm utilizing, my trained technicians to actually perform in an area that they are very proud to do.
It just gives them an added treatment modality that they can do, so they feel better about what they do as technicians. And technicians, believe it or not, just don't like to do fecals all day. I know it's a shock, it's a surprise, but no, they want to do things. And I have them do laser therapy treatments, and they enjoy doing it.
Laser therapy has long been used on horses. Now it is finally affordable and available for companion animals, and not just dogs.
You know, you can actually see a difference in the cats. Cats tend to hide their pain very well, so it's nice. You can actually see a physical difference, you know, just in their demeanor and how they're moving around, if they're getting up and down the stairs better, jumping on and off the bed. Makes a huge difference for them.
And there's things I'm sure that we're not even thinking about that we could use this on. So we're thinking about lameness and lick granulomas, but how about animals with other areas of pain? I think there could be many, many uses for therapeutic laser.
We've been using it now for about 6 or 7 months. They claimed a 95% success rate. I claim 99.9% success rate. I'm a firm believer in this. I think it's a very good adjunct to therapy.
The bottom line is that MLS laser therapy enables veterinarians to practice better medicine, leading to happier and more loyal clients.
This is a service that we've been told is now drawing new clients into the veterinary hospital that were not clients before. They've heard from their cousin, they've heard from a friend that their 13-year-old dog that had trouble walking, had trouble getting up and down the stairs, and had gone through all of the traditional treatment paths. They're now seeing a quality of life in that pet that they've never seen before. So that's really why we view this as revolutionary.
It is certainly revolutionary to pet owners who are grateful to the veterinarians who integrate this cutting-edge technology.
Considering my dog was a sporting dog out in the field, to have him not on all 4 legs, it wasn't easy. And then to see him back on 4 legs that's what I wanted, you know. From where he was to where he is, how bad his knee was, I won't say it's a miracle, but it's close.
The laser therapy for Pepper made her walk faster, made her hurt less. There was no swelling. She was back to normal, like I said, back to normal in 8 to 12 weeks. It was just absolutely fantastic and phenomenal, and I would recommend it to anyone. It was that good.